Good YouTube, Quinn Wade. Coming to y'all with that instant basketball analysis on Analysis Playground on YouTube, exclusively on air forever. And we're going to talk about Milwaukee Bucks ended up getting blown out by the damaged and beat up, toe up Oklahoma City Thunder in this game. They missed a lot of players, but they still gave the same type of result that they've been doing for a lot of the season. They go to 37-8 and 17-5 on the road, and the Bucks go to 18-25 and 9-11 at home. They played at home in this one. The Thunder got rid of them quick, 38-18, a 20-point lead in the first quarter, and they never really looked back. 33-31 for the Bucks. They won that quarter by 2. The Bucks lost the third quarter 30-26, but they did win the fourth quarter 25-23, but they still lost by 20. Chet Fetch Holmgren didn't need to have a big game for them to win in this one. He still got 10 points in 32 minutes. He went 3 of 9 from the field and 1 of 4 from 3. He had some good, easy, open looks, and the other ones he had to work for a little bit. But that's what defense can do to you. 3 or 4 from the free throw line, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 turnovers, 1 steal, 1 block, 1 offensive rebound, 1 personal foul in the plus 11 and plus minus. Shai Gilgeous carried the team, but just picking apart the defense of the Bucks, finding lob after lob, dump off after dump off, kick out after kick out. And if he wasn't doing that, he was getting to the basket or pulling up for those jump shots, even from 3. 33 minutes, 40 points, a huge night from him. 16 of 19 from the field, only missing 3 shots, and a 3-point shot wasn't one of them because he went 2 of 2 from 3, 6 of 7 from the free throw line, 11 assists, or a double-double. He also had 7 rebounds, 2 turnovers, and a steal. 2 offensive rebounds, no personal foul, and was a plus 19 and plus minus. They needed him to step up and play like an MVP with all the guys out, and he did that, and he needed to, and he's been doing it really all season. If I had to pick somebody for MVP still, it would be Shai. He hasn't missed that many games. They still have the #1 record. He's been efficient. He's been dominant, and this is what he's been doing for the last 3 seasons. Lugens Dort, 33 minutes, 13 points, 5 of 11 from the field, 3 of 7 from 3, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, no turnovers, 2 steals, 1 offensive rebound, 4 personal fouls, and a plus 8 and plus minus. He had to step it up a little bit in this one. They gave him some open looks. He just had to put it in the basket at that point. And if he wasn't doing that, he kept the ball moving. And that's what he's out there to do besides play defense, which he did a good job of doing in this one. Cason Wallace, the only player to not get in double figures in points in the starting lineup. He finished with 9. He also went 3 of 9 from the field like Chet. The difference was he went 2 of 6 from 3 and 1 of 2 from the free throw line. He did have 2 rebounds and 2 assists with no turnovers. He brought it defensively. Everybody in the starting lineup had a rebounder more, an assist or more, and a steal or more. He had 4 of them, which was the most on the team, and he's capable of doing that just like any other player on this roster. He had 1 block also, 2 personal fouls, and was a plus 5 and plus minus. And AJ Mitchell, he helped them get off to a good start, him and Shai, and they was able to do it throughout the rest of the game when it was needed. 25 minutes, 18 points. He went 8 of 12 from the field and 2 of 2 from 3. He missed his only free throw, though. He had 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 turnovers, and 2 steals. 1 personal foul, and was a plus 13 and plus minus. He did a good job attacking, reading what the defense was trying to do, and just trying to score depending on what they did choose to do against him. He's been real good at that. Brooks played 13 minutes. He had zeros across the board when it comes to scoring points, so he did finish scoreless. He did have 3 rebounds, 2 steals, and a personal foul. It was a plus 11 and plus minus. Zhang played 2 minutes. He had 1 rebound, and that was all he did besides finish as a plus 2 and plus minus. Brendan Carlson, he was able to splash in the 3. He finished 1 of 3 from the 3-point line. Everything else was by the rim, and he finished 4 of 8 from the field, so that was good to see for 9 points. He also had 6 rebounds and 1 assist, no turnovers. He got a block, 1 offensive rebound, no personal fouls, and was a plus 9 and plus minus. And then Ken Williams took the most shots and played the most minutes off the bench. He played 28 minutes. He went 8 of 13 from the field. He finished with 18 points, and he also went 2 of 5 from three and missed his only free throw. A really, really good performance for him. Somebody off the bench was going to have a big game in this one for them to be able to win, and it was Kenrich Williams. He had 8 rebounds. That was the most off the bench. He also had 2 assists. That was the most off the bench. He also had 1 turnover, 2 offensive rebounds out of the 8. One personal foul was a +6 and plus minus. And then Isaiah Joe, 25 minutes, 5 points, 2 of 8 from the field, 1 of 7 from three. He missed a lot of easy open ones. It wasn't his night from three, but he did have 1 rebound, 1 assist, and 1 turnover, 1 personal foul. And he also finished as a +14 and plus minus. And then Chris Youngblood, 2 minutes. He didn't do anything but finish as a +2 and plus minus. It's hard to do anything in 2 minutes, but he didn't really get anything done. And then the Bucks, whoever was healthy, got a chance to play on this night. Giannis was held under 20 points. He finished with 31 minutes, 19 points, 8 of 11 from the field, 3 of 6 from three. He also had 14 rebounds, so he had a double-double. He had 7 assists, 3 turnovers, and a steal, 2 offensive rebounds, 2 personal fouls, and a -11 and plus minus. This is one of them games where you look at it and say Giannis wasn't dominant. Giannis didn't do whatever he wanted to do. Well, it's kind of true. He still got his numbers when it came to efficiency and when it came to getting boards and finding his teammates. He just didn't have 30. Usually he can do all these things and still have 30. That wasn't the case tonight, but it also still wasn't a bad or a good one. It was still a great game for Giannis, showing you how high his standard has been as a player, and he's one of the greatest to do it. And if he has a night like this, people just look at it and say, what happened? Even though it wasn't a bad game. Kyle Kuzma, 28 minutes, 9 points. He went 4 of 12 from the field. He missed every single three that he took, going 0 of 5 from three and 1 of 1 from the free throw line. Somebody had to score. Somebody had to take shots besides Giannis. They went with Kuzma tonight. Didn't really work out for him. He did have 4 rebounds, no turnovers, and a personal foul was a -20 and plus minus. Gary Harris started off the game and hit a 3. He disappeared after that because he only played 9 minutes and went 1 of 1 from 3. He had 1 assist and no turnovers, 1 personal foul and a -15 and plus minus. AJ Green, 32 minutes. That ended up being the most on the team. He also went 5 of 10 from the field and 4 of 9 from three. He finished with 15 points. He's out there to shoot. He did that. He also had 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 turnovers and 2 personal fouls. It was a -14 and plus minus. And then Ryan Rollins, they needed more from him. He went 4 of 11 from the field. He only had 10 points in 29 minutes. That wasn't enough. They needed somebody else to step up in that starting lineup, and he wasn't the guy that did it. Neither was Gary Harris or Kyle Kuzma, to be fair, but he did go 2 of 5 from three. He did have 3 rebounds and 7 assists, 3 turnovers, 3 steals, and 3 personal fouls. It was a -9 and plus minus. And Bobby Portis was the best player off the bench. He's in that 6th man of the year conversation again. He had 37 minutes. He played and then had 15 points and 6 of 14 is where he shot from the field, 2 of 7 from three and 1 of 1 from the free throw line. He did have 6 rebounds. The thing he did the best at, besides scoring a little bit, was the 9 assists with only 1 turnover. Of course he's tall, and of course he's a team player, so he did try to find a way to make his teammates' jobs as easy as he could, even if that means trying to screen for them or trying to find a way to find them in a spot that they're comfortable in. But he also had to steal offensive rebound and 3 personal fouls, and was a +0 and plus minus. And then Thanasis got on the court, played 2 minutes. He did nothing but get a personal foul and missed a 3. That was his only field goal. He was a -5 and plus minus. Pete Nance was a surprise player. He played 30 minutes. You probably wouldn't think that was going to happen, but it did because of Gary Harris. And then 11 points and 4 of 7 shooting from the field. He went 3 of 5 from three. Gave them exactly what they kind of needed, besides the fact that they were still getting blown out anyway. He did have 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 turnovers, and a steal. 1 offensive rebound, 1 personal foul, and a +3 and plus minus. Jericho Sims, 2 minutes, 0 personal foul, 0 turnovers. He finished as a -5 and plus minus. Amir Coffey got on the court. He played 2 minutes. He had zeros across the board too when it came to scoring, but he also had no turnovers and no personal fouls when he got out there, and he finished as a -5 and plus minus. Gary Trent Jr., he took a shot. It was a 3. He missed it in 6 minutes. He finished with 1 assist and no turnovers and no personal fouls, and he finished as a -2 and plus minus. Andre Jackson Jr. played 6 minutes. He finished with 3 points and went 1 of 4 from the field and 1 of 3 from the 3-point line. He had 2 rebounds and no turnovers, and had 1 personal foul and was a -10 and plus minus. And of course, Cole Anthony kept getting that mid-range shot to fall, but then he started pulling it from 3. It worked out for him because he went 3 of 4 from 3 and 7 of 9 from the field. He had 17 points, the most points off the bench, and he did it within 24 minutes. He also did have 3 rebounds, 3 assists, but 5 turnovers in this game. He is tiny, he is little, he can over dribble sometimes and overthink things, but that can be good or bad depending on how you go about it. It was a little bit too much bad in this one because he also did have 4 personal fouls, and that didn't really help the team either, but he did more good than bad in this one. 1 offensive rebound, 2 defensive rebounds for the 3 total, and he finished as a -7 and plus minus. And then team comparisons, the Bucks shot 81 field goals. They shot 49%, 90 field goals for the Thunder, 54% for them, 36 three-pointers taken by the Thunder. They shot 39%, 41 taken by the Bucks. They also shot 39%. Both teams shot 67% from the free throw line. The difference was the Bucks shot 9 free throws and made it at 67%. The Thunder shot 15 and made it at 67%. 39 rebounds for the Bucks, 42 for the Thunder, 24 assists for the Thunder, 30 for the Bucks, and then 16 turnovers for the Bucks, 8 for the Thunder, and then 6 steals for the Bucks, 12 for the Thunder. That didn't really help the Bucks' chances of getting in the game, especially because the Thunder didn't really miss that much because they took high percentage shots. Basically, majority of the game, the Bucks 0 blocks. The Thunder had 3, 5 offensive rebounds for the Bucks, 7 for the Thunder, 34 defensive rebounds for the Bucks, 35 for the Thunder, 19 personal fouls for the Bucks, 11 for the Thunder. Thunder put them away early. Didn't really have too much fight or too much trouble with them in this game. And this is a game where you're happy that everybody was healthy. You was able to rest some of your players, and Shea was able to give a good entertainment game to the Bucks fans. And Giannis and the Bucks, they just didn't be as competitive as you thought that they could be. They got down early and never really was able to make a game out of it. That's always something that sucks to see, especially if you're a fan of the Bucks, seeing them lose that type of way. But it happens. It's been going on with the Bucks throughout this entire season. They need to really strap down defensively. They really need to, attack a little bit better, run plays better. Obviously, have a little bit of isolation plays that's a little bit more successful besides Giannis. And those things sound good. They sound great. They sound easy to do, but they haven't been able to really to do it consistently in this entire season. And that's why they find themselves below 500, still trying to find a way to get into that playoff playing spot by the end of the season, which will be, something that we thought that they can do and something that we probably still feel as fans of the game that they can do. We just have to see if they can do it. And the Thunder, they keep finding ways to get it done. They keep finding ways to stay ahead of everybody else, and they do bring it on both ends of the court still. They have so many guys that's ready to play, so many guys that's ready to step up, so many guys that want the moments, and it's just good to have a mobile, fast, quick, athletic roster behind a guy like Shea. And even though they don't have Hardenstein, Chet is still one of the best rim protectors and defenders in the league. And him and the team really communicated and try to make things as hard and as difficult as they could on the Bucks. And it was good enough to work early and throughout the rest of the game. And they was able to win because of that. Comment, like, subscribe, and share. Hit that notification bell to get that analysis when it first come out. Y'all stay blessed up. Y'all stay good. Peace. And I'll see y'all later today with more analysis, hopefully.